Tom. A game back from my childhood. A game that was the first appearance of Banjo and Conquer. A game that I shall love for all time. This is a Let's Play of Diddy Kong Racing. Hello everybody, Tom Fawkes here. Welcome to this game. I love this game. Childhood favorite. Got it for Christmas the year it came out. Oh, Conquer. Little did you know the mature road ahead of you. Anyway, I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons on Patreon for their continued support. You can see their names scrolling across the screen right now. And yeah, if you want to become a patron, you can head on over to patreon.com/TomFawkes. And sign up. You get there's a series of perks you can get there, including having your name be in the credits here for certain videos like the first episode, Let's Plays, vlogs, and other videos. With that said, this game is very unique. It's an adventure racing game that, in my opinion, blew Mario Kart 64 completely out of the water. So let's jump right in. First thing we're going to show off here is that before anything else, you select your character. There are 8 characters total. Ranging from various sizes, speeds, and accelerations, and handling. Generally how it goes is that the heavier character is, the higher the top speed, but the less acceleration and the less handling they'll have, and where the inverse is true. From heaviest to lightest, we've got Crunch.
It's Crunch.
Banjo.
I'm Banjo. Hello.
Conquer.
I'm Conquer.
Bumper.
My name's Bumper. Oh.
Diddy.
I'm Diddy. Whoa.
Timber.
Timber.
Tip Top.
Hey, it's Tip Top.
And Pipsy. I'm gonna be switching characters on and off throughout this entire series, but we're gonna start with our main man.
I'm Diddy.
Diddy Kong. So we got adventure and tracks. Tracks is pretty self-explanatory. You got the tracks that you race on, but we're not gonna be doing that. We're gonna be going to adventure mode. So this one with 12 balloons was a failed attempt at recording the Let's Play. Because for some reason, my upscaler decided that the game should take up the whole screen instead of just a portion of it. So I was like, all right, I'll just start over. I only did 2 episodes. And also my N64 kept restarting, so we're gonna go to game B to do this. And, you know what? Because I did man for the first one due to my upcoming dog, who's not here at the time of recording this, Manatee, I'm gonna name this one T. And if this one fails, then game C will be A. So, like I said, this is an adventure racing game, meaning that it does have a story associated with it. And once this opening cutscene finishes off, I'd like to regale you with that. It's a very nice location. It's nuts. This story. I remember like reading these because the story isn't presented anywhere in the game. It's only in the instruction booklet. All you know is that like you're somebody racing in a cart. You come to this island. There's a foreboding pig statue in the middle of these waterfalls, and now an elephant genie named Taj has just come out. You don't even know that his name is Taj. And you drive up to him, and he says,
I am the genie of the island. I'm here to help you. Good luck.
So at this point in the game, I'd like to read you the story of this game from the from the instruction booklet. Diddy Kong sat on the porch of his treehouse and curiously tore open a letter. It wasn't often that a message arrived from so far away that it had to be brought by carrier pigeon. Eager to find out what it contained, he tugged at the note and impatiently started to read. Dear Diddy, it began. Help! Now this sounded promising, he thought. Things had been all too quiet since those old family friends, the Tigers, had arrived to spend the summer. As it turned out, the message was from his old friend Timber, son of the Kong's guest, the Tigers. The young tiger found himself in quite a bit of trouble that, for once, wasn't even his fault. Diddy Kong carefully read the note through a couple times. He sat back and gnawed on a finger, his gaze fixed somewhere beyond the early morning jungle mist. He had been asked to help, so his intention was to zip off as soon as possible, could not be in doubt. The question that preoccupied him was whether or not he should draft some extra help, just in case. After all, this whiz-pig sounded like a mean foe. Finally, he decided that his friends Banjo and Conker would still enjoy an adventure, even if it turned out that their services weren't needed. So the young ape dug out a pencil stub from the mess of his bedroom and hopped back into his seat. Whistling for Squawks, his own makeshift carrier pigeon, he began to scribble out a couple of messages of his own. A few hours later, Diddy was on the first leg of his journey, tearing off at high speed through the jungle. A pair of Kremling spies lurking behind a boulder watched him with suspicion.
Hey, where you think he go?
Asked Crunch. His crony frowned.
Why?
He asked.
What if he go fetch others, fight Kremlings?
The second Kremling thought about this and then realized what Crunch was about to suggest.
No way, I not go,
he said, and turned and bolted into the undergrowth. Crunch rolled his eyes.
Hopeless,
He snorted.
I go after him.
He bellowed in his, to his cowardly colleague.
You go tell boss. See what think of that, huh?
And with that, Crunch lumbered off through the trees, grumpily swatting aside vines as he went. Meanwhile, Timber was trying to calm the excitable Pipsy so that he could understand at least part of what she was saying. He said he'd help us, she squealed, making Bumper and Tip-Top wince as the pitch of her voice soared to an out-of-audible range.
He said he wanted to find a champion to go after that horrible pig once and for all.
Slow down, Pipsy, Timber urged, trying to make sense of her words without upsetting her. After all, this whole business had been harder on the little mouse than any of them. Whizpig's unwanted intrusion left her family homeless. Who are you talking about? Bumper asked curiously.
Taj, the genie,
Pipsy babbled.
He said he'd help. Really, Bumper, he did. I just saw him.
Tip-Top blinked.
The genie? But nobody's seen him for 50 years,
he protested.
I know, but I just did, I promise.
Timber frowned, thinking this through. Well, that means he must have been kicked out of the mountain, too, he reasoned. After all, we've seen what that pig's spells can do. They all thought of the huge, leering whiz-pig face that had been carved into the mountainside overnight. Then they thought of the race courses, the island's pride and joy, which had been magically sealed off. That made them think of Drumstick, their friend and the island's champion racer, who had gone to challenge the intruder to an honorable race and hadn't been seen since.
We could really do with Taj's help,
Pipsy prompted.
No argument there,
agreed Tip-Top, nodding nervously. Timber scratched his head. Well, I guess you're right, he sighed. Especially if we're going to get this mess sorted out before my parents get back.
Well, if that genie wants a champion, I say we all get practicing.
Bumper grunted, getting to his feet and snapping down his goggles.
Good plan, Timber agreed. Come on, guys. Yeah, Tip-Top, even you. Help should be on its way soon. But we can't sit around waiting. Let's get out there and see and do what we can.
And let's just hope that Diddy Kong doesn't mention this to any of this to my parents. So that is the story of Diddy Kong Racing, as we know it so far. So there is actually story associated with this, which is really bizarre. Anyway, getting into your basic controls here. A is forward, B is brake, B and holding down goes in reverse, and holding down R drifts. The Z button honks your horn, but if you have an item, you can use that. The left C button toggles between the map and the speedometer. The down C button, I don't think the left C button does anything. The down C button toggles warning messages on the racetrack, and the up C button changes your camera view, which I generally like the far away view. If we go up to Taj and honk, we can summon him over.
Hello, friend. Select your
Let's change our vehicle to the hovercraft. Unlike Mario Kart, we do have 3 choices of vehicle. Well, before Mario Kart implemented the underwater and gliding portions. Let's change to the hovercraft.
Can I help you further for now?
And we'll give that a go. As you can see, it slides a lot along the ground, but it was made for the water. Being able to course across it with relative ease, however, you still have the issue of if you turn too sharply, you lose all your speed. It does also have a drift as well with the R button. But you also hop when you do that, too. Let's go back over to Taj.
Hello, friend.
We'll change our vehicle one last time to the plane. This is probably the best way to get around the island. Because, okay, similar, you got your same basic controls, but you got down to ascend, up to descend. If you are turning and you tap R twice, you do a barrel roll, and if you hold ascend and tap R twice, you will do, if I can get it to work, a loop. And one thing I didn't also mention as well is that hitting R allows you to drift, but if you hit R and hold down B, then you do a much sharper turn. On the plane, this doesn't really help with the hovercraft at all, and on the plane, it severely reduces your speed depending on how far you turn. I did not want to go that way. I wanted to grab the balloon. The goal here is to grab balloons. The story doesn't even mention the significance of the balloons, but the balloons are required to get in and out of the hub worlds and the different racetracks. So let's go ahead and turn around because woo, teeter in there. We're gonna grab all the balloons around the island before we head on into that first door there. That first door requires one balloon. Oh my god. This is going to go swimmingly already, I could tell. Especially in the later levels. So you can see there's a lighthouse, there's a billboard. There's a level that requires 10 balloons to get into, unlike the one that required 1. Turn around here. This island is massive, and honestly, when I was a kid, one of the things I liked doing the most in this game was just kind of exploring the island. Oops. Come on. There we go. The hitbox for the balloons is a little bit weird, but once you get the 4th one, you don't gotta worry about it. We come up this way, through here. We also see that we have an ice level. Requires 2 balloons to get into. Let's make our way back over here. And we're back in the original starting area. So let's go ahead and fly on into our 1 balloon door, allowing us to go to... Each hub world has 4 race doors and also 3 other things in it as well. The number of the balloons on there tells you how many balloons you need to get in. We've got 4, we need 5 to get into all of them. We go down here, we have a trophy case. Trophy race. To enter this trophy race, you must complete all the tasks for this world, keep racing. So we can't do that yet. It'd be amazing if we could just do that and then be done with it. We have a boss level. To enter this door, you must have all the balloons from this world, keep racing. And finally, we have a locked door. Fire Mountain TT Challenge. To enter this door, you must find the key. The key is hidden in one of the Dino Domain tracks. Keep racing. What struck out as odd to me with this whole thing was just the fact that it had a story. This is TT. TT is short for time trial. As we stand before him, and he's hypnotizing us with his swaying minute hand. He doesn't seem to have an hour hand.
Hi, I'm TT. You could ask me about your game status or select my time trial mode to practice the level. I can also save your best ghosts.
So check our status so we can see how many balloons we have and various other things on here that we don't know what they are quite yet. Turn time trial on and off. We're gonna want that off for this adventure mode, but should we want to practice, we can always do that. TT is an interesting character and one that a lot of people like and don't like simultaneously. Anyway, let's get on to the race with Ancient Lake. Similar to Mario Kart, if you hit A at the right time before go, you can get a boost at the beginning. I got the blue boost, which is the best one. You can also get a lesser, oh man, that was close. You can also get a lesser orange boost. I haven't got any balloons yet, but I really want to. Grabbing the balloons gives you weapons. The red balloons give you missiles. And if you grab 3 balloons of the same color in a row, you'll be able to get, oh boy. Oh no. You'll be able to get power-ups to those, which I'm gonna show off here in a second. The zippers on the ground. I'm actually gonna go over here first because over here we have a key. I don't want to use that. Well, I'll use it now. Why not? 2 balloons gets you a homing missile. 3 red balloons gets you a what do you call that thing? Yeah. Oh no. It gets you 10 missiles. The zippers are interesting in the fact that if you same with the boost balloons. if you let go of the accelerator before you use it, you get more boost for your buck. The blue balloons give you boosts. Basically, it's just different levels of boost. When you finally get up to the final level of it, you go flying! And we got first place in our first race. Which is, I mean, needless to say, because this is more or less a tutorial race. After every race, Taj will come down and grant you a balloon if you got first. Golden balloons to me are, I assume, are a reference to the Donkey Kong Country games, which, hey, the key went into that, the TT challenge door. Ooh, I wonder what's in there. Anyway, we got 5 balloons, so we can go to Hot Top Volcano if we want to. I'm gonna save this as sort of like an interlude. An interlude for what? Well, you'll see later. Excuse me, TT, let's get into Fossil Canyon. Pan it around, pan it around! I probably should have done the earlier episodes with characters that I'm not very good with. Oh, okay, well I missed the balloon completely there. Green balloons give you items that you drop behind you. Aha! Boosted time! Items that you drop behind you, such as oil slicks, which make your opponent spin out. Mines, which make your opponents like kind of fly into the air, like the question mark boxes from Mario Kart. And bubbles, which immobilize them for longer than the mines or the oil slicks do. If I pick any up, then you'll be able to see them. But for now, I mean, these are just like this. I mean, this episode's a Sunday drive, pretty much. I'm giving you your daily dose of tutorial right here. And oh, almost did that perfectly. I think there's actually also the other type of balloon in this level too. No, there isn't. Okay, well, I really want to get the 3 so I can get the bubble. There's the mine. And finally, here is the bubble. You got the bubble. Bubble's pretty useful. I don't know if it's worth saving up for. Because, with the oil... Oh, they got a bubble too! Well, they're really far behind me, so don't matter. The AI can really screw you over out of this game. Oh, no. Missed the boost, I missed the boost, no. Getting flashbacks to all the bad stuff that I dealt with, yeah. In this game, in the past, oh my dear God. But we will not quite get around to that. I'm gonna grab a balloon and use a boost and get over the finish line, yep. That song kind of devolved, as many of my songs do. I think we're gonna end this episode off with something to help you all if you wanted to play with a friend. I was gonna save a bunch of these for the last episode, but for this first episode, I think it's good to bring it up right away. So we're gonna go ahead and quit out of the game. The game saves automatically after every balloon you get. So, actually, we need to cancel out of this. We need to go to options. And we need to go to the magic codes option. So, you can enter cheat codes here that'll give you various things, such as it'll make the game easier. It'll change aesthetic things. But the code I'm gonna want to use is JOINTVENTURE. If you're playing this with a friend locally, you could play this with 2 players. You could play the adventure with 2 players. In the hub world, it's all entirely controlled by player 1, but in the races, you have 2-player racing, which could be very advantageous if you're having trouble with that one race and you just need to get like one racer down, or you just need someone to have your back to be able to get that first place victory. This is a fantastic way to do it, and I highly recommend playing with a friend in this because you can even make it competitive. Silver coin challenge. Well, okay, I kind of spoiled something later in the game, but silver coin challenge, you still have to get all the silver coins in the, one player has to get all the coins. You can't split them between the 2 of you. Anyway, with that said, next time on Diddy Kong Racing, we're going to continue our way through the Dino Domain, gathering balloons, and hopefully seeing what's behind that boss door. See you all then! Later!